Xfinity series. We're at Darling tonight, and I got my good buddy Dirt and another colleague with us, Puddin' Knievel. What's going on, man?
Hey man, not a lot. Thanks for having me up here. It's going to be an exciting time here. We're at Darlington. I've raced with a couple of you guys over here before in different organizations. I've heard nothing but great things, and I'm looking for some intense action here tonight.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, what do you guys got to say about the track? It's either you love it or hate it, you know.
I love going to it. I don't like driving it.
Yeah. I like watching it.
We were just kind of talking about that before the broadcast there, Ken. I'm kind of the opinion the track's great in real life, and it's great in some of the older games, but in the Heat series, never one of my favorites. It's always one of those ones that I'll sim it in a career mode season, and I'll dread it in an online season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The Lady in Black.
The Lady in Black. I was actually dreading this in a different league I race in. Did not want to come here, did not put in a good qualifying effort, and somehow got my first and only podium of the year here at the track that I was not looking forward to going to. I didn't even do 5 practice laps that week because I didn't want to burn myself out on it.
It's always where you least expect it, you know? You think you're horrible and you run and you're like, wow.
I just got a wheel not too long ago, which has made a huge difference here at Darlington for me. But again, some of these people might be on controllers. A lot of these people might be on a wheel tonight. It's a very difficult track to pass at. If you do not get a Darlington stripe, you're not doing it right here.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's interesting you mentioned the wheel versus controller. This is definitely one of the tracks where it makes a huge difference, not only in handling, but in your tire wear. Users who may be on a wheel tonight are going to be saving a ton of tire wear on their right rear compared to anybody on a controller. Because when you're on a controller, you're juking on that joystick going into the tighter 3 and 4. And when you do that, you're sliding those tires and just grating them down. But if you're on a wheel and you got that smooth movement, you're going to be saving those tires like crazy. So I think anybody on a controller is going to have a challenge ahead of them tonight.
And just as a insight, not to cut you off, I apologize real quick. Again, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to be up here with you guys at PTM, and I really do appreciate that. Can you give me an insight on tire wear and length of race?
Yeah, I can pull that up real quick. Let me see. The fuel run is 32 laps here, and stage 1 is 22 laps, stage 2 is 19 laps, and the final stage is 27.
Okay, so you guys do stages, do you guys do cautions, and what's the tire wear?
Yeah, we do stages. Yeah, it's 2 times, and I think it's what? Is it 50% or is it 25?
I want to say that's 25%.
Okay. 2 times wear, yeah.
So a lot of these guys, especially, you might want to, on 2 times, again, controller wheel, we just talked about that. You might want to run a little bit of a looser setup, especially with that stages. That way you can be able to get that car to rotate. That's a big thing here at Darlington. We talk about that, you know, get that thing to turn off the corner going down the straightaways, and it makes it a lot more accessible to pass that way also, too. So that might come into strategy, too.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. Yep. Definitely agree. Yeah, like you said, that whole wheel thing, man. I mean, I got mine, what was it, like a week or 2 ago, and you can make the car, you can drive it so much easier with a wheel than with a controller. You know, the wear is just a night and day difference. It's crazy.
It was obviously a learning curve for me. A lot of people who don't know this, if you've never heard me before, my wife does travel nursing, so we travel all over the country. Every 13 weeks we're in a different spot. That's how I ended up going to the Darlington. We lived 10 minutes away from it while she was in the hospital there. I could not find a wheel within 500 miles within a month ago. You know, I could not find one around here because of everything that's going on. Everybody's quarantined. Everybody's locked in and buying stuff. So if it wasn't for one of my good friends, he didn't like it, got a T300, bought it brand new, said, that's not for me, gave me a good deal on it. And I've been working really hard on NASCAR in a different racing game too, where you turn. I love road courses, so obviously Project Cars 2 for me is a big thing, and the wheel it's life changing.
Oh yeah,
it's life changing.
Yeah. The learning curve isn't too bad, you know, but like you said, it's so much better once you get used to it. You know, it's so much. It's fun too. It's a lot more fun than playing on a controller. I don't know, but some people are faster on controllers too. I found it's pretty crazy.
Thanks again, guys. We appreciate it, you guys having me over here, especially on such short notice. Anything I can do to help you guys out, let me know, man. I'm excited. You'll have to bear with me. some of the other leagues that I do commentary for. I obviously know the names and numbers that are correlated with them, so please bear with me if I'm just using numbers tonight of the cars and not names.
It's all good. It's all good.
Gave away my secret. I've been using the number the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm growing to learn everybody who they drive, what cars they drive, and everything. So I think I might have it somewhat under control. The only thing that messes me up is the paint schemes when they change them up on you.
And that's the hardest thing for you too. On a different league I do broadcasting for and commentary for. If you get drafted to a different team, or in the off season, if you get moved to a different team, or some people change they change their numbers up. You go to say, oh, here comes ABC in the 24 car. ABC's not in the 24 car anymore because they switched. So trying to keep up with everything, I have a little notebook over here that I use to keep up with everything.
Well, we got our qualifying results in, and it looks like who do we got? We got No Shift Pendle on top. Surprise, surprise there.
Oh, NPP, that's my Ohio buddy.
Yep.
I love all NPP.
We got him.
Did he change his name?
The Pottles. Yeah, he changed his name. He was No Pit Pendle, and then he changed it.
Yeah, wow, all right, there, Pendle. There's a curveball already.
We got the Pottles in second, and I can't see where third is, but that's all the list I got for now. But yeah, number one, number two, No Shift Pendle and the Pottles. So we're just waiting on our invite here to get into the race. So
this could be a good comeback race for Pottles. I know she's had some pretty bad luck the last couple of races, so getting a front row starting position is definitely where you want to be on this track. I mean, you start mid-pack, and it's going to be real hard to make up that track position.
I think we might be good to go here.
If you guys too, make sure I get a race invite if you don't mind here. I'm trying to find you guys on YouTube. Like I said, when I do this, I always try to stay in tune with the fans out there, which is always nice to have.
Let's see here, just a second.
And while we're waiting for everybody, man, I hope everybody that's racing and you guys too, broadcasters, everything going on in the world right now, I hope everybody's being extremely safe, taking the precautionary measures that they need to do, and keeping this world so we can get it back on track. So please, everybody out there, be mindful, be safe, and take care of yourselves. We are going back to racing here in real life, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, I think everybody can't wait.
Yeah.
We got the okay to join, so let's join in.
Yep, hopping in now.
Perfect. Thank you, Pottles.
Cool. The Lady in Black, huh?
Just Ken, the Rodfather, Pottles, No Shift Pendle, Hobby, Sparklelicious. So a lot of familiar names for me over here, too. Matt BW. Awesome.
I think I'm going to go with my pick for Hubby tonight. I think he's been having some pretty good luck. I don't think he's gotten a win this season, not in this series or anything, but I don't know. I think it's about time for him to get a win, so we'll see what happens.
I'm going to go with Rowdy for my pick tonight. Darlington always has been one of his better tracks, and I would pick Pendle, but it seems like every time I do, I seem to jinx him, so we'll spare him of that curse tonight, and right away, he's going to get to an early lead, sliding up in front of the 5 car, and already, lap 1, turn 1, the 00 is going to careen into the inside wall.
We got things happening in the back.
More cars piling in behind him. That's the 21 Dial. And that's a game caution. The 90 car is backwards stopped on the backstretch. That did not take long.
Very early caution here, wow.
Looks like the Rodfather was another driver caught up in that crossfire.
Looks like Dial's got some damage.
That just happened though. Do you go in? Do you make an adjustment now on your pit? Do you get tires even though you just did one lap, or do you stay up your track positions? Because sometimes that extra lap might come in to be a factor for you too. But I think a lot of these guys might want to stay for track position, but there's that option out there.
If I was in those shoes, I think I would probably stay out. I think I'd run the track a little bit more and see what I'm working with, and maybe if there's another caution, run it. But I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. For me, if I'm beneath 5th place, I'll probably pit. Because at this track, if you ain't first, you're last. I mean, when you're in the pack, you're in the pack. So,
Yeah.
if I was up front, though, I'd probably stay out. 18 of Rowdy apparently was one of the ones who opted to stay out. He's going to jump to the lead. Pendle hot on his tail, getting down on that apron.
Oh, yeah.
Go, I did manage to find you guys out there. YouTube land, so yeah.
Cool.
That 42, the one and only. I'm gonna have to. It's no longer NPP, man. But that's Mohawk boy NSB sitting in second, right there on the bumper. That guy going down the driveway, right there. Good draft. The draft is in effect here. I want to be able to utilize that, but back the corners up just a little bit because it would make you tight going into the corners.
Oh yeah.
That arrow push is brutal here. You are right on the money with that.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to anticipate it, and it looks like the 42 tried to make a move to the inside. Thinks better of it going into the third gear.
Yeah, Pendle's a smart guy. I think he definitely could have tried to make that move, but it's early on. There's no point in potentially causing a pile up when
The
you're on
double
lap
zero
4.
gets loose. Sorry to interrupt you. Double zero gets way loose. That J.I. kid's right there. And he pulls down to the inside, respectfully lets everybody go, but he's going to lose a lot of time and a lot of track position.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
There's still
here
plenty
comes
of time, I
Pendle.
think.
Kissing that white line here. You don't want to do the Texas two-step at Darlington, South Carolina. You hit that thing, and it will spin you around. You got to be cautious about that.
Yeah, me
Absolutely.
and Dirt were talking about it. I feel like this track, you know, whenever you go, you see them racing and stuff. It's got such a historical feel, you know. It feels like one of the, so to speak, OG tracks in NASCAR. It's just got that old feel, you know.
Built in 52, originally a dirt track. I only know that again because when we went there, it took a tour of the museum and everything.
I didn't know they had a museum. That's pretty cool.
Got some Crusader down in the apron there. The Accelerator. I know better than to pick him because I don't want to jinx him, but see if he can't pull off a win tonight.
He's coming off a truck win just the other night there.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, it sounds like you guys have what I call the commentary curse. Sometimes every time I do this, I'll put it on somebody, and then within seconds something happens to us. The commentator curse is real.
Oh, it's very real.
Yeah,
We've seen it firsthand.
I'm afraid to pick people at this point, you know. I mean, we'll see.
On board with Sparkalicious back here in that 90 car. He's got a little ground to get made up to. People being patient, trying to maintain that line. Back in the corners up just a little bit there. PTM Crusader right there in his 13 made that corner real good. Got up next to that wall, exactly what you wanted to do, and he didn't touch it with a good drive off of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's usually Ken with the track fun facts, but I got one for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Fun fact, the banking on this track was originally meant to be a runoff. The oval was meant to be where the apron is now, and the banking was meant to stop people if they were to get loose and slide up. And then
Really?
somebody figured out, hey, if I use this banking, it's way faster than staying down on the flat. And so they just all started racing on that runoff, and that's why it's so narrow, because it was never designed for racing. They just kept it that way once they did.
Wow.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Now, the other night, for another league I was doing, Indianapolis. I'm from Ohio. Indianapolis is a very fun place for me. I've been to a lot of races there. I know a lot of fun facts about stuff like that, but no, it's interesting to know. The more you know, right?
Yeah.
Those commercials at the end of the day, the more you know.
Reading Rainbow, the more you know.
That's right. That's right. Am I showing my age?
At least your fun fact is a lot more knowledgeable than mine. I think I share the little bit dumber ones, but I got some pretty good ones lined up for tonight, so.
I can't wait.
On board
Man,
with the
Pendle
22,
is-
and he's just starting to check out.
He
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I was just going to say, he is pulling away. 18's not too far behind him, but just doesn't quite have the pace.
Looks like
Looks
he
like he had
did
a-
really really shift on that restart.
Yeah. We had a minor incident, it looks like. 13 and the 35 were both down towards the inside wall, and now they have a little bit of front-end damage.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Skip back.
By the car right now, that's Puddles. Got the 08 right in front of the car behind her right now. And it looks like that's the battle for third, fourth, and fifth position. All single file, trying to, strategically place where you want to make that pass. Puddles goes up just a little bit, runs that line, gets your 5 down. Here comes that 08 car. He says, I'm going to take that lower line, but Puddles has one heck of a run, and that's what that top line here can do for you if you hit it perfect like that.
Oh yeah, sitting here watching Pendle, you know, he's running right up on that wall. He's got like one of the smoothest lines. As I say that, he bumps the wall, but one of the smoothest lines I've seen here all night. You know, it's just everything's good, about it's good. So
yeah, smooth as fast as the racing. A lot of us have done real life racing. I did a lot of motorcycle racing, stock car stuff after I got done in professional motorcycle racing. But smooth is fast. Always keep your eye where you're going, not where you're headed. You want to look out in front of you, not exactly what's in front of you. Race the racetrack, not the driver, and that's a big case here tonight in Darlington.
oh yeah, slower is faster, or at least if it looks slower, it's faster.
Some people don't believe me, though. I mean, don't believe me when I say that. Yeah, you can go faster by hitting the brakes. It is possible.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, back in, I used to race RC cars a lot, and one thing I always heard over and over again, slower is faster. And it's definitely true sometimes.
Those RC cars, I don't even know how you keep up with them. They go so darn fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Puddles hits the apron just a little bit, gives that 21 car behind an opportunity gain right there. She doesn't lose any ground, but OA pulled up. It was about a half a car there in the draft back. So, again, you got to be very cautious, too.
100%. And this track kind of turns everything you know about overtaking upside down as well, because most tracks, when you set up a pass, you want to try to get around them towards the entry of the turn. Whereas I've always found at this track, it's better to set up a pass to get a run out of the corner and get them as you're coming down the straightaway. Almost as if it were a plate track.
21 car gets to the inside. Puddles goes, makes contact right there. Heavy damage, heavy right front damage to that 21 car. Again, unintentional. One car got loose, and another one didn't have anywhere to go. So, that's unfortunate. But we do have stages. It's an opportunity to come in, get that car fixed.
Oh yeah, that heavy damage. That's definitely going to affect her a little bit, as you see her dropping back there a little bit.
Interestingly enough, I'm looking at her live stream, and it actually doesn't look like the damage is quite as bad as it looks from our end.
I've noticed that too from when you're doing broadcasts. Again, guys, thanks for having me up here. I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
It's all good.
I apologize for that. Do these enough, you get to work with people, so I apologize for that. But I've noticed that where you look at somebody's live feed and their car is clean and green, and then on the screen, or on the broadcast mode, it is just wrecked,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I apologize, like I said, for interrupting you guys.
Hey, you don't got to worry about it, man.
Yeah,
We cut each other off all the time. It happens.
Yep.
The way I see it, as long as somebody's saying something, we're doing a good job.
Hey.
That's what I said. Dead time is bad time.
Exactly.
Coming into this broadcasting for the first time, ever doing this, it's fun. I don't know. I enjoy it a lot.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time.
I always make joke with Puddles and everything when she said something like, "Oh, again, I've never done it before." I do again. I'm not going to promote any other organizations, but there's another one that I do almost on a nightly basis, over 250 of them, and it's just so fun. It's addicting to do, and especially when you get good racing, you can get so hardcore into it. And once you know the names and the drivers and get to know them better, it makes it more personal too, and it's a lot of fun to be up here to booth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting until Tuesday. I'm like, man, I'm excited to broadcast. I mean, almost as much as waiting for Sunday when I race. But it's like, man, I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, do I got to be in the booth tonight? Because especially having the new toy, I call it my modded controller, aka the wheel. Puddles gets way loose, comes down to the backstretch right there. 38 cars want to go up to the outside right there, so but that was a good save by her behalf too. So
back
it looks like her car
into it
is
again.
starting to lose.
Yeah, she's loosening up pretty bad.
Could be a little bit of aero damage changing the handling of that car.
Yeah, once you get hit in one of these cars, your car, I don't know, it just never feels just right. It could show no damage, but you can definitely feel it. It's weird.
Customs or preset, anytime you make an adjustment or something like that, just a little bump to the wall, and like you said, you can definitely feel it 100%, and it will slow you down, and that changes how you drive the car. If you have to, as she gets back on the bumper, that 38 car right now on the Vibe, but yeah, if you have to slow down and back corners up, that's
Hubby got into it there. He's down on the apron.
The stage is over. Pendle has won the stage. I believe that's going to be Rowdy in P2. I'm going to have some more accurate statistics for you here in a second, as soon as Puddle crosses the line, and we can see the final order of that stage. But Puddle's going to bring it home 7th in stage 1. And it's going to be, if it scrolls up, let's see.
She was in one of the broadcasts I did earlier this season for somebody else. She was in one of the closest victories I've ever seen at Dover. They were 3 wide at the line, and you want to talk about a photo finish. So
I'll tell you what, man, Pottle, she wheels it. She's a really good racer. You know, watching her, it's fun to watch.
Oh, definitely. So it's going to be No Shift Pendle, Rowdy, Just Ken, Dial, Dylan, Thunder, Pottles, Sparkalicious, JD Adkins, and Crusader rounding out your top 10 for that stage. And it looks like, according to the feed, everybody has opted to pit. Rowdy's going to actually get a faster stop than anybody else. He's going to move to the inside of row 1, which is, I think, better than being on the outside, but that's down to personal preference.
Yeah.
Something I like to say, especially after cautions or restarts, I like to say rack 'em and stack 'em. Here we go at Darlington for stage 2, 19 green flag laps. Let's see if they can do it with these guys pinned to the outside, 18 to the inside. Here comes that O-car, the 08 with the 21 right there. We just saw them battling it out with 5 of the Pottles back there, 38 car. He's right there with them.
Crusader had trouble very early on. He got it 3 wide and ended up down on the apron. I'm not sure that he hit the wall. I think he kept it off the wall, but he definitely lost a lot of track position there.
Yes, Lady in Black, she's definitely a difficult one to tame, for sure.
Rowdy now trying to defend his position just like he tried to in stage 1. Looking to have a little bit more success this time. He didn't hold the 42 off very long before, so interesting to see how it goes this time.
21 car gets a little loose, brings the 38 up there with them as they're sitting back there. No shift in on that 42 car sitting in second. The 08 car sitting in third. The 18 still pulling them down the straightaway. So that's going to cost those guys back there third, fourth, fifth just a little bit.
Definitely. I think Rowdy found a little bit of speed. I don't know if it was a pit adjustment, because remember, he was one of the few that opted not to pit in stage 1 during that caution. Now he's pit, he's got those adjustments, and it seems like he's doing a little bit better job holding off the 42. Of course, the 42 has the 08 of Just Ken breathing down his neck as well, so he's going to make
the inside of the 18. Sorry, that's for battle for the lead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's making the move to the inside, and it's 2 wide, 2 rows deep. Here comes
Just
the
Ken
21.
into the wall.
Just Ken and Rowdy both making contact into the wall. That 2 wide did not last very long, as it rarely does here.
Comes Thunder down here to make a move.
We talked about passing earlier too. You know, there's a difference in wrecking somebody, and then we've all heard it, especially a lot lately, the old bump and run. Sometimes it has to be done here at Darlington. Say, you know, it's not an intentional dump into the wall, but it's a little bit of a hey, here I go.
Yeah, letting you know you're there, you know.
Yeah, with the track so single file, sometimes you got no choice but to give him the chrome horn, especially when it starts ticking down those laps towards the white flag there.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate everybody out there in YouTube land out here watching the Pendleton Metal Racing Xfinity race at Darlington tonight. There's a lot of people out there, so I can't imagine the viewers that we're going to see afterwards and the views afterwards too. But we got Hoppy and Andrew out there, so he says pretty clean racing so far, and I agree with that statement.
Yeah, for Darlington, you can't ask for much more than what we've had. We had that one incident early on, but I think ever since then everybody's sort of calmed down and they're filing it down and just running their race, you know.
Once you get into a group, once the cars go single file, it makes life a lot easier here.
Oh, definitely.
That 42 car, no shift Pendle, he's still leading. The 18 Rowdy right there with him. He's fallen off just a little bit. Pendle's got himself a lead. That 08 car sitting in third, he's fallen off just a tad too, but those guys seem to be running single file. When you're in clean air like this, you don't have the draft, but you can run the optimum line that you prefer here. That's a speed advantage other than the draft.
Absolutely correct. I can't believe the absolute consistency of Pendle here. I mean, usually over these long runs, you'll see a lot of guys kind of get closer and closer to that apron because they don't want to risk hitting that outside wall. But every lap, we're seeing Pendle run mid to high, and not once so far has he scraped that wall. I mean, this is consistency to another level.
No, but if he wins this race and he doesn't have that Darlington stripe, I'm going to make him go out and get one on the on his victory lap. You can't leave here that clean. Staying back here just packed a little bit. There's I'm on board with the puddles right now. And Jay Atkins 2 in that 00. Rowdy again, there's the 18, but there's just Ken in that 08. So that's just Ken. I know him pretty well too. So I go and quit calling him the 08 and start calling him just Ken. I got to remember that for you guys. But now the Thunder Funky, the 38. He's had a good run too. He had a good strong showing in stage 1. 99 car gets checked up by the 9 right in front of him. As I'm on board with the 38 of Thunder. They both get into each other. That's when it costs him. Car gets spun around.
Yeah, that seemed to be a well, it was a 3-car incident, but only one got the short end of the stick, so they may well stay green. I'm not sure that's going to justify a caution in the eyes of the admins there. Unfortunate for I believe it was the 99 who got the worst of it.
Do you guys do manual cautions?
So not in the first 2 stages. In the 3rd stage, we do manual cautions up until 5 to go. After 5 to go, it's game cautions.
Perfect, thank you again. Yeah, thank you for being up to date, and so I'm going to be up here. Like I said, I know a lot of the guys that race over here, and they speak so highly, and we know how much the puddles and everybody and all you guys do too to keep up Pedal Racing League going. So thanks for having me over here.
Yeah, glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. This battle going on between the 9 just resulted in him. Oh, yeah, he's backwards. Dylan is backwards on the backstretch. He was having a battle with the 35 car, I believe it was. And he just got a little loose, getting a little aggressive there. And now he's losing several positions. He's going to dive it down to the apron, make sure to stay out of everybody's way. And another car around. That is the... Is that the 98? Yeah, that is the 98 that is spun around coming out of turn 4. Doesn't seem to have much damage. I think he just caught that apron coming out of the turn, looped it around, and waited for the track to clear, which is what you want to do. You want to lock your brakes up here. Don't roll back up into traffic.
Yeah, that's respect to do that too. There's a lot of people who do try to pull up in traffic and get a caution, so the pedal people have a lot of respect and camaraderie for each other. 19 laps in this stage is what you guys told me a little bit earlier. Still clean and green here. Everybody can make it on a fuel run, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing any green flag stops this race. Oh, the 89 clipped the apron coming out of the turn and actually caught a little bit of air on one of those bumps down on the apron.
It's going airborne. Oh, man.
I don't know how many times it's happened to me, but every time I go airborne in this game, I have to say it. I'm like, help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yep,
I'm in the air.
Not good.
This is not good.
Help me, Lucius.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, every time I say that, the wife just looks over at me. She just starts laughing. She automatically knows that after I say that, there's some not kind words to come after that, but I'm just like, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Still on board right there with the Pottles. Trying to jump back here on board with the 00 of Jay Atkins. He's got himself a nice little race. That's just Ken right there in front of him. They all are trying to chase down Rowdy in that 42 of Mr. No Shift Pendle. So he doesn't make up. He can't make. You know, he's got to make up his mind. Is he going to no pit? Is he not going to pit? Is he not going to shift?
What's he not going to do this time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, what he's not going to do is what everybody else is doing. Which is not run
that's
first.
The way to win.
That's the point, to not be like you.
They always say, whatever the field does, do the opposite. Usually that applies to pitting, but I mean, I guess...
I was going to say, yeah.
I don't know.
There can be two different sides to that sometimes, but...
There's a Darlington strike for that that 00 card Atkins. Is he trying to keep up with just getting that 8?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of those things where you want to lift. We know you got to, breathe it through the corner. But if you actually touch that wall, it's called wall banging. A lot of people do it. Just stay in it, stay in it, stay in it, stay in that loud pedal, and just keep that car straight. So you don't want to do every lap, but if it happens, just keep the hammer down, go. Boy,
the 00 making contact with the wall again. You'd think he'd want to buy at dinner first. That's a joke I've used at least once per broadcast, by the way. Not very original. Anyway, he is gaining, though. He's slapping the wall, but he is gaining on that 08 car up there.
Yeah, I'm on board with him. He's definitely gaining. He's moving up. We'll see.
Trying to flip through the field here. Look at all these cars again, trying to get activated with the names and the numbers. Everybody here is super fast, really, really clean right now. Glad that one caution. And for Darlington, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
We talked about it in the pre-race. There's certain tracks you dread and certain tracks that you get excited for, and the tracks you dread you do good at. The tracks you're excited for you end up disappointed at. But anytime you can be online and race with a good clean lobby like this and have fun with your friends, and it's almost a family, it's a community. That's what it's all about at the ultimate end of the day. As I'm on board with the 35 getting loose coming off of turn 2 going down the backstretch.
Meanwhile, it looks like the stage is over, and again, it's going to be No Shift Pendle getting his second stage win of the night, with the 18 Rowdy coming in second, the 08 coming in third, and I do believe the 00 coming in fourth.
I think going into stage 3 here, now is a good time for my fun facts. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Oh boy.
Have at it.
Well, here's a fun fact for you. So South Carolina is the only large-scale commercial tea plantation on it. That's definitely different. That's a fact about the state.
I knew that. It's because when we lived in Darlington area, I knew that. Somebody told me that.
Interesting.
And for the outrageous one, did you know that it is illegal to play pinball under the age of 18? That is a true thing. I don't know why, but it is.
In Darlington.
That's like one of those facts. It's you can kiss a goat on a Wednesday night at midnight on the courts on the steps of the courthouse for 1 minute. You know, it's one of those.
Yeah.
As we see Rowdy and 42 of No Shift Pendle going to bring him down with just Ken behind him. But well, I'm glad I'm over the age of 18 if I play pinball in South Carolina.
Yeah, you might be in trouble. Man, some good pack racing going on up here.
Pendle to the inside of Rowdy. Here comes that 00 car. The 8 of Just Ken right there with him, too. Pendle goes down below that white line. He's trying to hold it. Car gets a little loose. He keeps it off. No harm, no foul for him. He's going to lose some position, but he's not going to take out the field. Very respectful, very good driving on his behalf right there. Pendle still to the inside. He thinks better of it going into turn 1, going down the front stretch here. Does not want to make that pass.
That was one whole lap, the 42 and the 18 spent side by side. Not very often you see that kind of thing going on at this track, so that was very impressive driving by both those guys.
Seeing a 00, man. He, I can't believe he stayed in that. He kept that straight. That was crazy. I thought for sure he was going around.
When in doubt, gas it. That's always been a philosophy of my mind. Ken's back there in third still in that 08, 42 pushing that 18. Not very familiar territory for No Shift Pendle to see somebody in front of him, but he's going to make a work of the 18 here. He's going to go on to the east side. How hard are you going to use your car up, especially in this final stage? You don't want to burn those tires up to try to get back to the lead. Do you stay back? Do you save a little bit? Or do you go now and then run your own line?
Yeah, it's almost like you got to get out front here as soon as you can, because, you know, if you hang back at the leader, he'll just take off with it. It seems like if you got Rowdy or Pendle up front, it's almost like you're not going to be able to catch up. So I don't know. I'd try and get up there as quick as I could before anything. I'd make a move.
And here comes 42 down on the apron. The 18 is going to get into the wall, and he's into the wall again. Keeps it off the 08. That was a good recovery.
I was just going to say that was good job by the 08 to see what's going to happen. A little situational awareness right there. Saw what's going to happen. Came down to avoid that. Moves himself up to second. 18 goes through first and third. Just Ken sitting in second. No Shift Pendle.
Oh, Pottles goes around.
Yeah, right in front of the whole field. She's going to collect the 9 and the 23.
Things are happening.
38.
Oh, King Joey got a little piece of it. That'll bring out a caution.
Man, just a bad place to wreck. Unfortunately, she made the muscle memory call to sort of try to counter-steer that car back up to the right, and that just put her right in front of the traffic. So that was just a bad move. The caution has flown. The game called the caution. Right now, it's looking like not too many takers down pit road, save for those who were involved in the wreck, but that's kind of how it goes. Usually, a lot of people don't show their cards right away. They wait till the last second to hit confirm pit, you know?
I'm one of those guys too. I am. I'm not gonna lie.
And it looks like all but wow, everybody except for Rowdy. It would appear. Nope, Rowdy did pit. Okay, last second he chose to pit. We're gonna pull those bolts tight one more time. Here we go. The 89 opted to stay out. That is how he got into the inside of row 1. He's gonna be on old tires. That's gonna be
detrimental.
Yeah, we'll call that a hazard.
But he's still
Here he
making a
comes
move
to the inside.
42 of
He has
Kendall.
put
You get to the
Kendall.
wall. 3
He has
wide.
put Pendle over the wall. They're 3 wide. And they're still making contact with the wall. They're not done wrecking yet.
He again slides up into the corner on those old tires. He bounces off the wall. Just getting that 808 car right there. He trying to set in second. 42 of no shit Pendle. He's trying to make a move too. He just got bumped on there. There it is. I think it's official. Everybody just got themselves that Darlington strike.
Yep. Oh yeah. That's such a cool looking car, the '89 too. It's just got that like old school feel to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've always
yes.
loved that Morgan Shepherd machine. That
Oh
thing
yeah.
was great.
Hearing
Like,
that
I tell you
name.
though,
It's like the old the Smoky unit car, man. That golden black is so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
here comes a 0-8 to the lead. I tell you, I wouldn't want to be driving that 89 when Pendle comes by to pass me because I think Pendle might have something to say about the way he was raced.
Yeah.
And right around him.
There goes the 89, contact into the wall, and he's going to get passed by a couple drivers, including the 00 of J.D. Atkins.
Just kidding, not going to lead him down the field here. Here's 42 of No Pit on that 21 car right behind them. So they have either way around. Those old tires are not seeing to prevail for that 89 car. He bounces off the wall, moves down way low. He's trying to keep it around, keep it off when he pulls back up, and everybody gets around him right there. So I probably would have pitted it if I saw everybody else pitting, just so I could be able to hold on to it. There's Ken now has a lot of, he's got a rear view mirror full of that 42 of No Shit Pendle car.
Oh, getting a little,
off of it.
getting a little squirrely there in the back.
The 9 car has absolutely dumped the 21, put him hard into the wall. That's very unfortunate for the 21. The 21 was actually making a bit of a comeback. We haven't talked about him a lot in this broadcast, but he was up to third, and he was looking to pass the 42 for second place. And then he got a little bit squirrely and made a little bit of contact with the 9 car. They just kept door banging all the way down the straightaway until eventually it just came to a head when the 9 just doored him right into the wall, and he lost a good 4 or 5 positions there.
There was a quick battle for the lead, but No Shit Pendle, he made quick work of it. Back to the lead. 08 of Just Ken right there in second place. And I can't see who the other guy is. Trying to see who that is. Sorry again, I'm still new up here with you, but the top 4 under a blanket. But our new leader after that last lap right there is No Shit Pendle. And he's starting to walk away from that 08 of Just Ken.
And here comes J.D. Atkins on the bottom, trying to get around Just Ken.
Gets into him a little bit there.
rubbing.
Some good racing going on here.
A little bit more
A lot to
contact.
click down here.
Oh,
gets fast too.
Gets that Darlington stripe.
I love the throwback paint schemes that they do here too. Every year, I'm so excited to see which ones come back. Kyle Larson's 42. I love that mellow yellow, and then obviously, who doesn't love the Cole Trickle 24 City Chevrolet car in that 24 car? That was awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite throwback had to be Ryan Blaney's Michael Waltrip Pennzoil car. I love that.
Oh,
As a
yeah.
Michael Waltrip fan, that was awesome to see. Looks like the 08 slows up quite a bit, gets into the 9. Now they're going to be door banging side by side across the stripe. And 9's going to get around him on the high side.
Yeah, I'm
And
jumping back here. Ooh, hard contact with that 38 car too.
Yeah, the 51
back
of
here.
King Joey got him real good in the quarter panel there, pushed him up into the wall. King Joey's going to do the crossover though, get down on the bottom, and he's going to door him again up into the wall. These guys are really fighting.
Yeah. Right on board with Thunder here.
Something you don't want to hear, especially from one of your competitors, is what you just said. Got him.
Yeah.
Let's dial 1-800 in that 21 car. He's been looking strong. He was up there in the top 5 and he looked like he had a little bit of a mishap too. He's fallen back off that pace just a little bit with those with the passes being made, but if his laps are clicking down, what are we? I can't remember. What are we running? High 20s, low 30 lap time. So it's not going to be a long time for these guys to get up there.
Absolutely, and we are at 10 to go in this race. Looks like everybody's pretty spread out. I just seen Crusader get into the wall a little bit there, but he doesn't seem to have any damage from it. He's all right.
He's got a little damage up front. Yeah, we do post-race.
Again, I appreciate you guys for having me up here, and everybody out there in YouTube land. I do apologize for cutting these guys off. I get so excited sometimes. I appreciate the invite from the Pottles. It was spur of the moment, though, because she's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want help? I said,
Hop on in.
She said, win. 2 minutes. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Win now.
Thanks for letting me press my suit and put my shirt and tie on for the
Yeah.
booth.
Gotta get your hair done, man.
Hey, man, I got a long head of hair, man. It takes a long time to get it right.
Fortunately, I have a mullet, so it doesn't take me too long.
Hey, you said it. That's what I got, man. I'm sporting a mullet right now.
Oh, really? We got 2 mullets in the booth. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. There you go, man.
Sweet.
I'm going back to my days as a kid.
That's
Here comes
awesome.
the 9 car on the outside of Rowdy. That's going to push him outside of the top 3. Rowdy seems to be losing quite a bit of pace. I don't know if he used his stuff up, but you know who's not losing pace? The 00 of JD Adkins. He seems to be the only car on track right now that is actually faster than the 42 of No Shift Pendle. He's been slowly reeling him in for the last 5 or so laps. Problem is, the gap right now is looking to be about 2 seconds, 2 seconds to a second and a half, and they've only got about 8 laps remaining. So is it going to be enough time? I think he's going to need a caution, but we'll see.
Now, did No Shift Pendle right there at the same time, knowing that he had the lead that he did, knowing how tricky this track is, like you said, the lady in black, did he back off just a little bit to confirm and make sure he didn't make any mistakes that could cost him the race? So if he sees a rear view mirror of that car, let's say, it wouldn't surprise me to see him put that hammer down and get a little bit faster right there too, but maybe he backed off just a little bit, save his car, and make sure he doesn't make any mistakes.
You could be right about that, because now that I'm looking at the onboard of the 00, it does seem like the 42 is now pulling away, whereas the 00 was catching him. Now the 42 seems to have picked up the pace a little bit, so he might have just been riding, and he's seen that gap closing up. He said, all right, time to get on the pedal.
Could be true.
110 to go here at Darlington, the world famous track again. Throwback weekend. Can't wait to see him come here race again. I missed a lot of racing. My Netflix has been very busy the last couple months per se.
Oh, yeah.
Station 4. But these guys out here, it's so hard to find good lobbies, and then all of a sudden, in the last couple months, you know, every lobby out there. I mean, at one time, I found 12 pages of fields, like 12 lobbies open. Because there were so many people that didn't have anything to do, apparently, or they were bored. And
yeah, video games, they came so popular now since all this stuff's going on. You know, I'm so glad that I got a whole PlayStation 4 set up before all this went on, because I don't know what I'd have been doing, man. My yard can only get cut so many times.
Yeah, right.
Well, you got to measure the blades of grass after you cut them.
Yeah, walking around with scissors.
Yeah, make sure they're all the same millimeter length. Closest battle on track for a while there was the 13 and the 90 car. So that's Crusader and Sparkalicious. They've been kind of going back and forth. It's been fun to watch, but fortunately it's not a battle for the lead. Crusader's done a heck of a job, though, man. He's
when he's battling
with his 90 car.
He's battling a loose vehicle right now.
Well, they are on the end of the tire run. I'm sure their tires are starting to
Oh,
really go
yeah,
away.
they're backing off on that throttle big time at this point in the race.
So if Pendle did save any, that means his tires could be just a little bit fresher. That would give him the advantage where he could use, drive it in harder and use the car more if he had that chance to save too.
Very true.
Looks like Pendle has extended that gap to nearly 3.5 seconds over the last few laps, and they're coming to the stripe for lap 73 of 74.
Very good racing that you guys have over here. I'm glad I got to see it firsthand. Pedal Melvin does a great job. You guys got a lot of subscribers, a lot of drivers, a lot of different leagues, divisions over here, and it's an honor to be in here in the booth and to witness this firsthand.
Oh yeah, it's a fun league for sure. The hospitality with
Definitely.
everybody and everything is just great. You know, I came into this league just starting out with this game, and you know, everybody helping and everything. It made it so much fun. I'm grateful I found this league for sure. Well, with the recommendation of my brother, but
The one thing I keep asking, 704 Games to do is for us broadcasters, to everybody helping out, is coming down to the tail end of this race, is to do live scoring and live lap times. That'll help us out too, especially when cars get spread out. It makes it difficult.
Speaking of scoring, we have scored the winner, and it's No Shift Pendle getting his checkered flag after an absolutely dominant race. I mean, won stage 1, won stage 2, and went ahead and grabbed stage 3 just to add it to the pile. So,
oh yeah,
congrats to him there. What a showing. Looks like the 35 is not going to make it to the stripe. He's actually going to crash in turn 4. Nope, he got it gathered up. He's coming to the stripe.
You can't go that many laps and not be able to. You got to bring it across that. You got to bring it from the checker flag.
You got to finish it out. So now we're just waiting for the top 3 to join us. But the top 10 for that race is Pendle, JD Adkins, Dylan, Rowdy, Dial, Poddles, Just Ken, Hubby, Sparkalicious, and Crusader. Rounding out your top 10.
Fantastic race to all of these guys. Congratulations to these ladies and gentlemen who finished in the top 10 tonight here at Pedal to the Metal League at Darlington. Again, we talked about it all race, how tricky it is, and to maintain and hold on. Great racing all night.
Absolutely. That was way cleaner than I was expecting any Darlington race to go. So,
I think it was anybody didn't really see that one coming.
It just goes to show how good this league is, though, man. I mean, I've been in races, especially in the Cup Series, where you got all these guys running so close together with such fast cars, and you know they're keeping it off each other, just running the cleanest they can run, and it's always impressive.
Wait for the top 3 to get to the booth here.
Looks like let's see if we can find the fast lap here. Looks like the fast lap is going to go to Dial with a 29.5. Wow.
Not bad.
That is fast.
Here is the gap between the first fastest lap and the second fastest lap. First fastest lap was a 29.545. Second lap was a 29.545. They tied.
Wow.
That's incredible. I think I've only seen that one time before, and it was actually a Talladega race where the first and second place cars, and it was just a fun public lobby. They tied all the way down to the 1000s.
Yeah, I've never seen it. That's the first time. That's a first for me.
I screenshotted it too. I didn't know who they were, but I screenshotted it because you don't get to see that very often. But no, congratulations. Then those are some fast laps here at Darlington.
The real kicker is Pendle ran a 5.65, so he was still only off by 200ths.
Huh. Wouldn't that have been something? 3 people. Oh, man.
Again, as we wait for the podium finishers to get up here, congratulations to everybody tonight here at On the Metal. Thank you guys for having me up. It was an honor, it was a pleasure. Hopefully we can do it again real soon, and we are going to get to talk to the top 3 guys. OH!
Hi-oh.
Hey, surprise!
Hey, what's up, Puddin'? How you doing, buddy?
Surprise! Good race, man. I'm going to let these guys take it real quick. Again, it's my first time here in the booth with the Pedal to the Metal people. It was definitely for the moment, like last minute, like literally last minute. But glad to see that you're going to remember the pit now, and now you're going to forget the shift.
Yeah.
That's why I changed it, because I've been forgetting shifts in other leagues. So.
What will he not do next?
I tell you, Pendle, that was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
all 3 stages, and nobody had anything for you. I mean, Rowdy and Just Ken, Dial, they were close. I mean, everybody was close, but you just, the whole race had that edge, and when you were on those restarts, it was every single restart. You'd fall behind Rowdy, and the whole time, I wasn't waiting to see if you'd pass him. I was waiting to see when you'd pass him, because you were just that fast. So, I don't know what you did to that car tonight, man, but congrats on the win. Incredible job.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a fun race. This is probably one of my top 3 tracks in Darlington. I've always lived. I got a lot of sighs from every guy when they choose Darlington. It's either a road course or Darlington, and they don't like it when I get to choose. But I had fun tonight. The guys are fast, and I knew everybody would be fast tonight. I just hit my marks, make sure, coming out turn 2, that spot that you got, I got loose a couple times on it, but I just hit my marks. That's what you got to do at Darlington. Just be patient and hit your marks and run your line, and it'll work out for you. So, fortunately for me, I was able to win all 3 stages. I didn't expect it, but I'll take it.
Yep, that was, like I said, that was just a great run. Absolutely dominant. Probably one of the most dominant races we've seen all year. So, congrats again, man. It was fun to watch. Let's see, second place finisher. Did JD Adkins ever get in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. JD, you were catching him for a while there in stage 3. I was riding on board with you, and you were just 10th after 10th reeling him in, and then it seemed like with about 5 to go, he started pulling away again. Did you just use up your stuff a little bit too early, or what was the story there?
Yeah, I just run the right rear off of it, trying to make up ground. I started that restart like 4th and had to drive up through a couple of cars. And by the time I got there, I was out of equipment. He had the better car all day. I was waiting on him to slip up, and he didn't. So.
Can't complain about a second, though. I mean, you ran a great race out there. A lot of when you're at Darlington and you got, I mean, I think I seen you 2 wide fighting for 2nd and 3rd several times during that last stage, and you came out ahead of the other guys. So can't ask for much more than that.
That was cool to watch on those restarts. You guys going at it there.
Yeah, I think one point I was started like 6th, and one car hit the wall out of 2, and one car went low, and I split the middle, and it almost worked out. Yeah, it's fun. It's a tight little track, but it's fun to drive, fun to race on.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, real quick, guys, I just got a message. I'm going to have to go take care of something real quick. So I appreciate you guys having me up here. Congratulations to everybody on the podium. Great racing by everybody to be had here at Pedal to the Metal. Thank you, Puddles. Thank you guys up here in the booth. And again, I can't wait to be up there with you again. And congratulations to everybody. I hate to duck out just a little bit early for the post race, but thank you again. And something I say on all my broadcasts, people know this. Please, with everything going on out there, please be safe. Be safe. Be safe.
For sure. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It was good having you.
You guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy.
You too, man.
So who we got next year?
Dylan. I tell you what, I didn't really say much about you early on in the race there because you were kind of marred in the field there. Had a little bit of adversity early on, but then all of a sudden, like end of stage 2, beginning of stage 3, you were back up front and you were hustling to make it happen, man. What changed between early on in the race and later on? You make some setup changes and get up there, or what'd you do?
For the most part, it was super hard at first trying to get through all that traffic. Started dead last, but for the most part, it was definitely a setup which got me up there. Definitely made some changes in stage 3 and seemed to work.
Absolutely. Well, good run, man. Congrats on the 3rd place.
Thank you.
That was a good comeback.
Yeah,
usually
for sure.
when you get stuck in traffic and marred in the back at Darlington, it don't end that well. So
Yes, sir.
that was a good drive, man.
Thank you.
Well, from all of us here at PTM, thank you for tuning in. It was a absolutely great race here at Darlington. Never expected it to be that clean. Ken, you got any closing remarks?
No. I mean, that was a pretty clean race for the most part. It was definitely fun to watch, and yeah, it was pretty much one-sided there. He just he took off with it, so that was that. But yeah, that's my closing comments. Thanks for watching, everybody, and tune in next Tuesday or Sunday, my bad, for the truck race. Where were we at? I forget where we were at this week, but tune in anyway. We'll be racing Sunday for sure. Oh, it's Michigan. That's what it is. Sorry. But yeah, tune in next week. We'll be back.